Hi everybody, John here with another Fincast. I want to thank all the recent subscribers. We've had a lot of subscribers to Fincasters lately, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I want to take a step back from some of the videos I've been doing and talk a little bit more about my passion for the hobby and where I'm coming from and why Fincasters is even here in the first place. So if you would bear with me, I would appreciate it. Hopefully you'll find this to be a pretty interesting story. So people ask me, why do you make Fincasters? Why do you do fish videos? And this ought to tell you a lot about that. When I was trying to decide what I wanted to be when I grew up, choosing a college, that kind of thing, I was torn between two career paths. Number one, fisheries biology. Number two, broadcasting. I wound up going with broadcasting, and that's worked out pretty well. I'm the news anchor for WSLS 10, the NBC affiliate in Roanoke, Virginia, and I've been there for over 20 years now, anchoring the main newscasts. During that time, I think it's safe to say I've pretty much figured out the video, the writing, all of that part of the television genre. So then along comes YouTube, and lo and behold, there's an opportunity to make aquarium videos. And I've been very fortunate. I've done a lot of things that television has given me access to. I've met people like Heidi Klum. I've interviewed President Obama. Lots of other people you'd probably recognize, but you get the idea. And I have to share with you that I've had a little bit of success when it comes to broadcasting and reporting. In fact, I'm proud to say I'm kind of geeked about the idea that I've won 5 Emmy Awards. But at the end of the day, the fish thing has never gone away. I mean, yeah, I've met Heidi Klum. I've interviewed the president, but I just got a new Galaxy Pleco right there, and I am really jazzed about that. I've been very fortunate. I have 3 sons. They're all grown up now, and my middle son, Ben, actually shares my passion for aquariums. So much so that back when he was in his late high school years and early college years, we bought the local reef store, and all of a sudden, I was the local fish store owner, and Ben was essentially running the place. We eventually sold the retail side of the business, and we kept the maintenance side, starting Carlin Aquarium Systems. Our cornerstone account is at a place called Center in the Square in downtown Roanoke. It's a 6-story building that houses several museums, including the local science museum. It's very popular. It's an anchor in downtown, and right in the lobby are a number of large aquariums. I consulted on that project for several years before the aquariums opened. And now we take care of those aquariums, including an 8,000-gallon living reef, which is just beautiful. There's a seahorse aquarium. We call it sort of a tidal aquarium. We have some smaller niche species of fish in there. There are a couple of big jellyfish tubes, and we have an endangered species aquarium there that shows off the endangered Roanoke log perch. And we've even done some video work with local researchers from Virginia Tech, going out with them on the river as they do their research on the endangered Roanoke log perch. And I love that just as much as anything else, and the fact that we can keep those in an aquarium and share that story with the public is just another part of who we are here at Fincasters. I could go on and on about Carlin Aquarium Systems, but that's not the point here. I'll put a link to the website in case you want to read more in the comment section down below. I think between fisheries biology and broadcasting, it's kind of in my DNA, and I really enjoy doing this. So my idea for this channel is that I do stories on everything related to aquariums. I've done stories on television news for a long time. I thought, well, why not take that same approach and talk about the aquarium industry, the things living in the aquariums, the corals, the fish, the plants, the technology, the people involved. So that's what Fincasters is all about. I've had a lot of support from folks in leadership roles in the industry. Most notably, I have to point out Jeff Turner, who's the president and owner of Boyd Enterprises, the maker of ChemiPure, which is a product I used long before I ever met Jeff. And we've done several projects together now over the years. He also designs world-class aquariums. I've also had the opportunity to travel to some of the national shows for several years in a row, including MACNA, the Marine Aquarium Conference of North America, which is always in a different place. Last year it was in Denver. Enjoyed my time there. And I typically go to the Global Pet Expo, where all the retailers go to buy all the new products for the coming year. So I get to look at the latest products as they're coming onto the market, and I meet some pretty interesting people there who also come and show their fish for retailers to purchase from. So I meet the wholesalers at the Global Pet Expo. So that gives me the opportunity to talk to the people who are designing the latest fish tanks, who are coming up with the latest equipment, who are breeding fish at the commercial level and really know what they're doing. They're beyond the local hobbyist level of expertise. In fact, this is when I shot a video with Nuri Fisher. He's the owner of Piscine Energetics, and we were out there for 3 days in British Columbia, Canada, catching freshwater mysis shrimp, which are essentially the PE mysis brand. And there's some special things about this that I could go on about. But the fact is I've been out there and I've done some pretty interesting things and been able to talk about it here on Fincasters. So sometimes I'll give you my own advice based upon more than 4 decades of keeping fish and keeping aquariums. As you can see, I'm still at it pretty avidly. And sometimes I'll pass along the advice from the people that I have an opportunity to interview. And again, because I go to these shows like the Regional Aquatics Workshop, I've been able to sit in on seminars where guys are actually talking about doing surgery on discus. I've listened to people who were behind the scenes at the Georgia Aquarium, at the Chattanooga Aquarium in Tennessee, and I've met all these people. And what that tells me at the end of the day is even though I have 4 decades of experience with aquariums and I've owned a couple of aquarium-based companies, is that I'm not truly the expert. There's always somebody who knows a lot more about some portion of this than I do. So what I try to do is I pass that along to you. If we can talk to the actual expert, fine. If I can help you understand something or learn something about aquariums with what I've learned from my own experience over the year, or maybe what I've learned from talking to these people, I'm happy to share that as well. And if I can give you an interview with one of these guys, well, they know a lot more than I do, probably more than you do. But that's what Fincasters is all about. It gives us the opportunity to share their thoughts and their information with the world on the internet. So what do I have going on with my personal fish tanks? Well, right now as I make this video, we've got the one beside me here. This is a planted aquarium. It's 55 gallons, mostly with South American fish. I've got some schools of tetras, some pretty cool plecos in there, a couple of geophagus, and I love this aquarium. I've also got a 120-gallon reef downstairs in the family study. I'll show you some pictures of that as well. It's doing quite well. I've got a 55-gallon in the basement, in my man cave, if you will. That is a Tanganyikan species tank. I've done a lot of Fincasts on the species and the setup of that aquarium recently. And even on my desk at the TV station, I've got a 20-gallon Malawi aquarium. Actually, it's got some Tanganyikan cichlids in there as well. So I still keep a lot of aquariums. And of course, with Carlin Aquarium Systems, we have all kinds of stuff going on. We've got many, many holding tanks for the aquarium maintenance company, which at the end of the day means that I've got all kinds of corals and fish passing through my life all the time, and that just gives me more and more opportunity to share different topics, different fish here on Fincasters. So at the end of the day, my goal is to share as much information, as many stories as I can about the aquarium world and the aquarium hobby, and that's what Fincasters is all about. Newscaster, fish, Fincasters. You get it, right? So thanks for tuning in. Again, thanks to all the folks who've been subscribing lately. Please tell people about Fincasters. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already done that. Share Fincasters and share these videos on your social media. That really helps me out a lot. And let's just learn as much as we can and share as much as we can about the aquarium industry. Thanks for watching Fincasters, and I'll see you in the next Fincast.